Folks, if there's a quarterback controversy, Brown season must have started. But the Rizzo Show starts right now.
The Hard Rock Rocksino Northfield Park presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo.
Oh, hell. Here we go, folks. Good evening and welcome. It is the Two Tonys edition to the Rizzo Show. Joining me tonight is my teammate from ESPN Cleveland, Tony Grossi, Premier Browns analyst. And Tone, we're feeling a little good this Sunday night because of what happened Thursday with the Browns.
It might have been the most satisfying first preseason game we've seen in a couple decades, right? Something to talk about, something to give us hope that maybe this season will be just a little bit different at one key position.
Tony, you felt getting the win was important. Explain to everybody why.
I did. I mean, when you played 20 games last year, counting preseason, and they lost 19 of them. Come on. I mean, they've got to end that. Even if you collect a few games that don't count, they really mean something to this team. Well,
Mike Polk, my co-host and resident comedian, is not here with us, Tone, but in case you're wondering where Michael is, he is relaxing, ladies and gentlemen, before the regular season begins. I believe we have a picture of Mike. Oh, there he is. #1 Cleveland Browns fan. You know he was watching as well. Tony, I hear Jimmy is going to be making an appearance later in our show, but we are going to be starting with the rookies. And Tone, what did you think of Deshaun Kaiser Thursday night?
Well, he looks, he's not the final product yet, but you could see why he would appeal to this a team in this division. He's big, strong, great arm.
Look at that throw.
He really showed a good presence in the pocket, and he made a couple moves, a couple pump fake to get open, to get the guy open right there. This is a quarterback that Hugh Jackson just loves his raw materials, and it's up to him now to shape them into a winner and shape him as fast as he can.
Tony, but you don't think he's ready to start against the Steelers quite yet?
I don't today, but maybe in a month I'll change my mind, and maybe Hugh will change his mind in a month, because he really showed progress from just that team scrimmage to this game. And he only had 2 days of practice in between.
All right, you mentioned the guy on offense. Let's talk about the guy on defense. Myles Garrett, Tone, better than we expected, right? He really is.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're out there every day, you see him showing signs of being a dominant pass rusher. This was the first time he was able to complete plays. He not only got to the quarterback one time, he was only out there 3 series, but you see he makes stops on the run. He looked to me, Riz, like when he was on the field, he's maybe the best player on the team that's on the field for the Browns at that time. Now, Jamie Collins, no offense to him, he's going to prove otherwise, but yesterday or Thursday, he looked like that.
Tone, do you expect Garrett to be a superstar? I mean, he was the #1 pick overall.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Wow, that's good.
I do.
That's good.
The only question is how soon, and it could happen this year, or it may take a while, a little bit, but I think he's right on track to accelerate the stardom that awaits him.
Well, folks, the Browns were the only team in the league last year without a punt returner, and I still don't know why. But, Tony, we found a rookie that showed some flashes last night. Jabril Peppers, how exciting was it to watch him advance the ball?
You know, he didn't even have, like, breakaway returns, but it looks like already anytime he touches the ball, he could break.
Tone, you said that. You said to me, when he has the ball in his hands, he's most comfortable. What do you mean by that?
He knows what to do. You know, he played some offense. He may eventually play a little bit of offense here, but when he has the ball as a returner, he strives to make big plays. And he seems very assured of what he wants to do, very comfortable. And that's a good sign right off the bat.
When will they work him in, Tone, for defense, though? He's a safety. He's a second teamer right now.
Yeah, well, they suffered an injury at one of the safety positions. Ibrahim Campbell had a concussion, so we might see Peppers moving up the chart a little bit. He was second-team free safety going into the game Thursday. He could play either of those positions. We're going to see more and more of him as time goes on.
All right, time to talk veterans now. And, Tone, I'm sorry, when Joe Thomas announced just before game time that he wasn't going to be playing in the game Thursday night, and they started Cam Irving, I think Brock Osweiler got a raw deal. They never got in a groove. They started off with a bunch of penalties. You know, to be honest with you, I liked what I saw from Kaiser, but I think Osweiler, Tone, deserves a shot to start a game with Joe Thomas playing at left tackle.
He sure does. I was a little bit surprised, I mean, that Joe didn't play in this game. But you're right. I mean, he set him in a hole right off the bat with a false start and then a holding call. And then it kind of got contagious. There were other guys on the line committing penalties and on the offense. I think the coach certainly will give Osweiler another shot.
Tony, what about the overthrows, though? I think I counted 7. He tried 7 deep balls, and every one was overthrown. Is that something that he does?
Yeah, well, accuracy was an issue with him, at least last year in Houston. The year before in Denver, not so much. But he only had 2 practices with after that scrimmage when he got promoted to the first team. I imagine some of that will be cleaned up just by getting more acquainted with guys like Kenny Britt and Corey Coleman and Seth DeValve and when Njoku gets on the field. But you can't overthrow open guys because they get open so few times.
Yeah, Kaiser didn't overthrow those deep balls. He looked good. How about Kessler? Are we done with Kessler, or do you think he'll get another go-round?
I think you got to start paring it down, and that seems the logical next step is to just concentrate on 2 guys rather than 3.
All right, I know it was just one game, Tone, but we saw this last year. Tony, 12 penalties, 72 yards. How do you fix that team?
Well, if you're the coach, you're hoping that was just the first game rustiness, right? If it occurs again in their next game, I'm sure they'll make some adjustments in practice, but let's hold off for another game to see how they correct that. Certainly, you can't go into the season having double-digit penalties in a game. But first preseason game, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Tony, there's a lot of movement, though, before the ball is snapped. Does that play into it?
Oh, I imagine. They better get used to that, right? I mean, Hugh Jackson has his guys moving around prior to a snap every play.
Sure.
And then on defense, they're bringing in new guys every play.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of practice to get it right within the time frame of a play clock.
All right, come get some. Are you Tony? Tone, what did you think of Greg Williams and his defense on Thursday night? I have to say this, folks. Listen, I watched the Browns defense get picked apart last year. They gave up touchdowns 8 of 16 games on first drives and all this. I like what Greg Williams is doing. He's getting after the quarterback. Tony, you have to disrupt the quarterbacks in this league or they will pick you apart.
Right, and what was good is they got off the field without letting these drives go into the end zone, especially at the end. I mean, after the Kaiser touchdown.
To save the game.
Yeah, they go right downfield, but they got him. They stopped. They completed the deal. We're going to see a lot of aggression and pressure from Greg Williams. And the good thing is they got better as the night went on stopping the run. I mean, you got to do that first. They gave up 5 yards a run in the first half, but they got better after that.
Tony, were you satisfied with, the way everybody played on defense and the way Williams, because Drew Brees didn't start in this game, okay? And they didn't really get a big test. And by the way, folks, there was a little rumor going around the stadium that no love lost between Greg Williams and Sean Payton, coach of the Saints. They coached together. It ended badly. They got suspended. A lot of people think that he didn't start his quarterback, Drew Brees, Payton that is, because he felt like Greg Williams was going to go after him. Probably a smart move, right?
Yeah, not as if Greg Williams has a reputation or anything for going after players, but yeah, that was a smart move by Sean Payton. You know what? The Browns defense, they got to get a couple positions cleared up on that first team, but I like what I saw, and Garrett makes a big difference. He's just going to be a guy that teams are going to have to game plan away from, and that should free up others to do some work too.
Tony, the other noticeable thing was not a huge crowd Thursday night. And, folks, I know that the Browns were 1-15 last year, and I'm sure they realize that they've got to win everybody's trust back. But let's face it, this is a much better football team. I don't know if the Browns are going to win 7, 10 games or anything like that. But I promise you they're not going to be going 1-15. And they're a lot more fun to watch. I thought the people that were there Thursday had a ball. And they saw. Tone, we haven't had a lot of cheering moments at First Energy Stadium.
Well, people love the long ball. and the quarterback
Chicks
number
dig the
7.
long ball. That's right.
Not
That's
all
right.
the chicks.
That's right.
Sports writers do too.
50-year-old men dig the long ball.
So I think Kaiser and Garrett, as they grow, will generate excitement. And of course, it comes down to wins, and that was a win. I mean, that's all you can ask from your team in a practice game is to win and provide a few exciting plays, and they did that.
Do you feel like the Browns are on the upswing and are going in the right direction?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these two kids, one on offense and one on defense, are going to grow, as we say, and they're pretty good. Garrett is pretty good right now, and he's just scratching the surface, and Kaiser's growing too.
All right, who do you think starts now? Folks, we don't play until a week from tomorrow on August 21st. We're on Monday Night Football, which stinks, by the way, because then you only have 4 days until the dress rehearsal game. Puts the Browns in a tight spot. But, Tone, who do you think they're going to go with at quarterback in preseason game number 2?
Boy, I could see an argument for either Osweiler or Kaiser. I don't know how he's going to go, but I wish that those are the only two that play.
You want them to get a lot of snaps.
Right, a half each. I wouldn't care how you divided it. Osweiler start and then Kaiser the whole second half, or vice versa. But I think it's down to those two, and Kaiser closed the gap.
Coming up, football season is back, and that means so is Jimmy. What in the world is he celebrating? We will tell you when we return. That's me on guitar, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. I laid down our own bumper music. Welcome back to the Rizzo Show. Well, Mike Polk Jr. is not with us tonight, but we do have a Jimmy sighting, Tone. I think he's in a pretty good mood, too. I don't know what he's up to. Let's check it out.
D! Hey, honey, we got a bunch of stuff from the mail from people congratulating us for owning the Browns for 5 years. I'm sure it's all positive. I'm going to open it. Oh, it's a card from the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens. Dear Haslams, thank you so much for everything you've done over the past 5 years, during which your team has gone 7-23 against AFC North opponents. Wishing you similar success over the next 5 years. All right, it's kind of razzing me there. Oh, hello. Oh, it's from Johnny Manziel. Well, that's nice. D, it's from Johnny Manziel. He sent us something. Oh, Johnny, he's always so thoughtful. Okay. Probably a red flag. This one is from the U.S. Justice Department. Okay. We got it here. All right. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Everybody's a comedian. Oh, this is nice. It's from the guys. Thank you for your generosity, Haslams. It's an honor that after all these years, you are still paying off our contracts. Sincerely, Rob Chudzinski, Joe Banner, Mike Lombardi, Ray Farmer, Mike Pettin, and Pat Shermer. That is nice, isn't it? Oh, look at this. They included a picture of all of them on the beach spending our money. We're hanging this up. That's nice. Oh, it's from First Energy. Dear Mr. Haslam, for the last time, please give us our money back and take our name off your building. Associating our brand with your team has slashed our profits in half. Nice try. That money is spent. All right, and this last one is, it's from the fans. Oh, it says you deserve this. And it's ticking. Must be a clock. Oh, that's not a clock. Fire in the hole! Oh. Hey, D, we're gonna need a broom in here. And some servants to use the broom.
Boy, don't we love Jimmy. Can you believe it's been 5 years, actually, for the Haslams? Tony, I think they're finally, they're sticking with the plan. They're finally getting it right, aren't they? I mean, all kidding aside.
Yeah, they're in the second year of a 3-year plan with this new group, and they think things are proceeding nicely.
Yeah, I do too. All right, let's switch gears. Quick baseball. Tribe offense, like the Browns offense, Tony, you never know what you're going to get, but they did get some help in Jay Bruce. Now, this is a player that I think they were looking at in the offseason. I know they looked at the trade deadline, but Tony got him in the after the trade deadline. He's a guy who hits home runs, and I think he's instantly going to start helping the Indians. The Indians off to Boston, and then they travel to Minnesota. A big week for the Tribe. When we return, we are heading to a really nice place downtown. You ever been to Parker's downtown? And we're going to party like it's 1999. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rizzo Show. This week's Riz on the Road didn't take us too far. We stayed downtown. Parker's on 9th and Euclid. Check this out. Folks, we are in downtown Cleveland at a newer hotel, Schofield Hotel. It opened up for the Republican National Convention. Now, you may have heard of this restaurant if you live in the Avon Lake area, but they have brought their food to downtown, and it is a big hit. Welcome to Parker's. Folks, we are inside the restaurant now with James. He's the proprietor, and the Guardians are behind us, looking over us right now.
Pretty cool, aren't they?
Thanks for having us, James. How would you describe what you guys do here at Parker's?
Well, Parker's downtown. You know, we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything is farm to table, dinner menu. Everything's fresh. Andrew, our chef, is absolutely amazing. Gets whole fish in and just breaks down. He butchers all the meats and everything else. So it's fantastic.
All right, and how long have you guys been here? Fairly new, right?
Just over a year now.
Just over a year, part of the downtown scene.
Absolutely.
You guys have a number of specials. You have private rooms.
We do.
But folks, the food is phenomenal.
Thank you.
What are we going to do? What is Andrew going to do for us today?
Today we're going to do a New York strip, and then we're going to do the halibut. Halibut served over an avocado mousse with some Swiss chard, a little béarnaise. And then we're going to do a couple appetizers too. I think we'll do the smoked wings. I think you've had those before. And then we're going to do the pierogies. A little creme fraiche, little almonds, little spring onions.
All right, back to the kitchen, then to the table to eat. Let's go. Folks, time for the money shot. And James and I, first of all, I want to, who is it? Todd and Vic?
Todd and Vic.
I want to thank the guys for making this downstairs in that immaculate kitchen. Tell everybody what these are. I've had them. I just got to try them because I haven't in a while.
So you've got the whole chicken wings here. We smoke them for about 3 to 4 hours. And then they're served over top of a blue cheese whip and then a fresh homemade salsa verde on top.
Absolutely one of the best smoked wings I've ever had. This is a little appetizer that I absolutely love. Cleveland appetizer, tell
Absolutely.
them.
Little Ohio City potato pierogi there, served over a bacon jam, a little creme fraiche, pistachios, and then the green onions.
When you put potato, pierogi, and bacon together, that is Cleveland, Ohio. A little sauce in there. What is that?
A little creme fraiche.
Oh, crispy, but very rich and
Absolutely.
delicious.
It is.
James, this is halibut. I love halibut with a little chard. How is it prepared?
So it's seared. On the saute, we just pop it into the oven for a couple minutes, let it finish cooking, and it's served with the avocado mousse, the Swiss chard there, and the béarnaise.
The mix of the avocado and the béarnaise are unbelievable.
Thank you.
And the fish is really, really fresh.
Just came in this morning.
Oh, would you like to help me eat all this stuff? I'll tell you right now, there's no way I'm going to be able to finish it all, but I'm going to try. And what do we got here? A little New York?
A little New York strip.
Oh, yeah.
Seared.
Oh, yeah. Cuts like butter. Got a little garlic on there.
Little garlic butter on the top, and then we've got the mushrooms and asparagus.
Oh. If you guys need some help, maybe in the evenings, I could probably be down here.
Anytime. We would love that.
And it is a beautiful area down here,
It
folks,
is.
on East 9th Street. If you haven't been down in a while, please get here. Again, we're at Parker's. Thank you so much, James.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Thank
this
you.
is spectacular stuff. We've done a lot of Riz on the roads. Some of the best food we've ever had.
Thank you. I appreciate
Good luck
that.
to you.
Thank you very much.
you. And by the way, Tony just asked, where's that? It's right across from the 9. Right on 9th. A great place to grab a bite before or after Indians or Browns games, too. Walking distance to Progressive Field. All right, coming up, we're going to open up the Rizzy Vault. We've got good vibes, high hopes coming your way. Stay with us.
Hey there, rock stars. It's Hannah, and this is What's Up with the Roxino. We're turning up the heat during our $3 million Summer Swipe and Win giveaway. It's all our hottest prizes and promotions. Swipe your Rockstar Rewards card every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. for your chance to win guaranteed free play. Every swipe has a chance to win $10,000 cash. Get golden tickets every day for chances to win free play, prizes, and a 2017 Honda sedan. Make sure you bring your appetite to our Friday night Rib Fest at the Fresh Harvest Buffet. Only $29.99 with your Rockstar Rewards card. Come rock out with 2 acclaimed tribute bands in Club Velvet this weekend. The Diamond Project's tribute to Neil Diamond and the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers tribute, King's Highway, will have you singing your favorite songs and cheering for more. Tickets on sale at the Roxino box office and Ticketmaster.com. Come find your rhythm at the Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park. Vegas experience, Ohio address.
Don't forget our good friends Big Chuck and Little John are coming up next. Tony, it is time to open up the Rizzy Vault where we look back and travel in time. How about October 31st, Halloween 1999, when the Browns shocked the world?
Here's the blitz. Couch. Long, high ball. Lots of guys going for it. Fight in the end zone. It's caught by the Browns. The Cleveland Browns have won the game.
Listen to how excited Dick Hedberg is. Okay, Tone, you remember that? You were there?
It was their first game ever after what? Losing the first
win.
8 or 9 losses.
Oh, that was a great night. God bless Tim Cow. Tim, I hope you're doing well. Tone, thanks for being here. You can read him on ESPNCleveland.com. We'll see you next Sunday. Polk will be back. Good to be alive. Good night, everybody.